All right, guys, we're getting right into our second segment here. Rory McIlroy shooting a final round 65 to win the Wells Fargo Championship. As I mentioned, of course, this picture of him winning the trophy. This is his fourth Wells Fargo Championship, but it's also this one. This is his scorecard. And but before we talk more on Rory McIlroy, I'd like to remind you guys, if you have a question or a comment you would like to see me read out loud live on air, use the tips and donations link at gsmcpodcast.net. Once again, it really helps all of us here at GSMC, the Sports Network and the Podcast Network. Really means a lot to us whenever you guys help out in any way you can. But with that being said, we're going to talk about Rory McIlroy. Absolutely unbelievable. Talk about this scorecard a little bit. Round one, he got off to a great start, very fast start. He shot 31 on the front nine. He was unbelievable this entire tournament. But he was very inconsistent in round one. He has birdie, eagle, bogey in that first, in the front nine. There it is. And then, a little inconsistent when it came to the back nine. Birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey. Ends up even the back nine, but 4 under on the day. Still really good. And then it's really round two that you really get impressed with this scorecard. Fighting in the front nine here. Par the entire way until you get to the 8. And really, at this tournament, this is what you want to do. You want to be fighting, and then you want to put yourself in a chance to birdie some of these par 4s, but really it's the par 5s that you're looking at. Unable to capitalize on 7th, but 8, 9, 10 is the easiest stretch when it comes to a 3-hole stretch in this entire tournament. And he was really great when it came to 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, and 4. These rounds, he was unbelievable. That approach shot on 10 in the 4th round was amazing. 2 eagles on par 5s is very impressive on the back 9. But once again, we're going to go back to talking about the round 2 here. For this tournament, 16, 17, 18, it's called the Green Mile. It is the longest stretch of 3 holes that you're really going to face at such a low par. You have a 4, 3, 4 are the pars on those holes, but those par 4s can play like a par 5 sometimes, and that par 3 is like 220 yards, and that's so difficult. A 220-yard par 3, I can't even imagine facing that one. I don't even know what I would shoot. But yeah, you have 16, 17, 18, and I would like to divert your attention. He, on round 2 and round 3, he was able to just par those, and that was perfect. Everybody else was playing that above par. I don't think there was a single scorecard besides maybe Xander Schauffele that had 16, 17, 18 played so well through 2 rounds here. And then round 3, he was able to just be consistent again. It's birdie, 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 birdie. It's 4 under, just consistent, just nice play, easy play, not bogeying. Golfers love to see a bogey-free card. Once you see that, you have potential to really climb up in the rankings, and he just keeps on impressing here. Rory McIlroy, and then in round 4, puts himself in a position to be able to contend with Xander Schauffele through those round 1s through 3, and then on Sunday, man, he just absolutely made a surge. Opened the day up with a birdie on 1. Xander Schauffele then takes the lead back when it comes to 4, and then it looks like Xander Schauffele had like a 2 or maybe even a 3-stroke lead when it got into, I believe he birdied 3 of the opening 9 holes, but Rory McIlroy able to fight back. 8, 9, and 10. I talked about it being the easiest stretch of 3 holes on this entire course, and they still were very difficult, but he goes birdie, birdie, eagle. Plays it 4 under through those 3 holes, and that really propelled him for the rest of the way here. Goes birdie, birdie, eagle on 13, 14, and 15 before he gets to the Green Mile here, and that put the tournament away, and he really won it right at 15 right there when he got that eagle putt to drop. 16, 17, par, and then a double bogey on 18 really kind of ruins the scorecard. What we could have seen a 63 here on the final day, 19 under, winning the tournament by 7 strokes. That would have done some injustice to Xander Schauffele, who had an unbelievable weekend. But yeah, Rory McIlroy, what more can we say about it? Very impressive scorecard here. He played some amazing golf down the stretch here. Just dominated Sunday, like you see here. A lot of low scores there, and that's what you really want to see. And that led to this picture. That led to him being able to win on Mother's Day, pulling out the pink for the Mother's Day. And Rory McIlroy, unbelievable golfer, and he's gonna come into the PGA Championship with lofty expectations. He's probably one of the three guys who are really favored to win. I would say the three guys who really separate themselves above the field right now. And we'll talk about it in the next segment, but I'll just give you a little sneak peek here. It's Rory McIlroy, it's Brooks Koepka, and it's Scottie Scheffler. These three guys are playing unbelievable golf. Scottie Scheffler just winning every single time he comes on tour. Rory McIlroy winning his last two tournaments that he's played in, and Brooks Koepka winning in the Live Golf tournament. He just finished first in Singapore for them. And he's playing amazing golf, and he's always great when it comes to the majors. So it's going to be fun to see how these three guys play at the PGA Championship. But, without that double bogey, that's a 63 on the final round. That would have been the best scorecard anybody's turned in over the 18 holes. He absolutely clinical. And, if Scottie Scheffler doesn't exist, he is by far and away the favorite for the PGA Championship, in my opinion here. But Scottie Scheffler does exist. So what's it going to look like? I'm very excited to kind of dive very deep into the PGA Championship. Valhalla is the golf course that they're playing at this weekend. Talk a little bit of who that favors their strength. We'll talk about that on our Thursday podcast. But, his driving's been amazing. And that's... You have to drive the ball amazing to win at Quails Hollow, and he was able to do that. All aspects was working, though. He gained 7 strokes on the field from irons, too. He gained 4 strokes on the field from putting. He gained 5 strokes, or 3, 4, 5 strokes on the field with driving. And that's something we haven't seen a lot from Rory McIlroy this year. Before the Zurich Classic especially. And the Zurich Classic is a scramble event. It's a partner event. So it's not really his play. It's he played with Shane Lowry, I believe. So it's both of those guys, or Sean Lowry, I don't know, the Irish guy. It's both of their guys' plays in the Zurich Classic. But this was this was Rory McIlroy by himself, just dominating here. This is his golf course, though. 4-time winner at Wells Fargo. He's working on getting to 40 wins on the tour, going for his 5th major this weekend. He is very impressive right now, but, it's been a decade since his last major, so that's going to be such a fun kind of narrative to keep track of, to watch when it comes down the stretch, see if he's able to pull it off at the PGA Championship. Like I said, he's going for his 5th, and this is very important for him. It's very, very well documented how much winning another major does mean to him. He's trying to join that 5-major club. He has a lot of golf left in him. But for Rory McIlroy, it's an interesting conversation. News today broke that he and his wife are getting a divorce after 7 years of marriage. They have a daughter together, a 3-year-old daughter. Her name's Poppy. That's big news there. Rory McIlroy, we'll see if he's able to kind of maintain focus in the midst of this. It's very hard to, I'd imagine, for Rory to maintain focus. Your entire world is a little bit changing when you're divorcing, a significant other here. I can't imagine his mental state being the best. I can't imagine him being able to kind of put that to the side. So it's going to be interesting to see if he could. Rory McIlroy has put himself in a position to be able to win a major championship for the first time in a decade. And, this news drops, and you're kind of wondering if he's going to be able to maintain that, able to maintain I'm blanking on the word, but maintain the momentum that he created in the last 2 tournaments. I mean, you're looking at the scorecard, and I'll bring it back up here. It's unbelievable what he's been able to do here. Just consistent play. After round 1, only takes a bogey on really hole 4 in the 4th round. I would say that 18th double bogey is more of him just he's up by 7 strokes at this point. So I mean, you're not worrying too much here. So really unbelievable play when it comes down the stretch in this tournament. And this was the first time in a while that we think that he's really able to kind of compete with the big guys, with those Scotty Schefflers, with, I mean, even Wyndham Clark had his number for a little while. So very, fan favorite in Rory McIlroy, everything that's been documented on him fighting Liv for so long. He's kind of the tour, people's champion. We all kind of root for this guy because of what he means to the sport, and it would be amazing to see him get his 5th this weekend. And of course it means a lot to him as well. And with that being said, we're going to take our second break of the night here. When I come back, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Dunn and his resignation and what that could mean for the PGA Tour and LIV merger talks.